కెమెరాలో చూస్తున్నారు కదా, నాతో పాటు సంజయ్ మాంజ్రేకర్ గారు ఉన్నారు. ఆయనతో ఈ బుక్ ఇంపర్ఫెక్ట్ గురించి మాట్లాడదాం. చాలా అద్భుతమైన బుక్ ఇది. అండ్ ఈ బుక్ గురించి చిన్న కాన్వర్సేషన్ సంజయ్ మాంజ్రేకర్ తో. సార్, ఫస్ట్లీ I was listening to Mr. Gavaskar. He was pronouncing your name as Manjrekar. So, आपका correct pronunciation क्या है? ये मैं जानना चाहता हूँ.
He is right, क्योंकि वो है Manjrekar. So ideally, we should spell it. I mean, Indians, we don't spell our Indian names right, and that's why the English people get it all wrong. So ideally, the spelling should be M-A-A-N, which is Man, and then Zre. So there should be a Z there. And then R-E-Y-K-A-R, so it's a Manjrekar, and it's come from a village called Manjre, in the coastal western coast of Maharashtra.
Right. Sir, this is a fabulous book, and I have to say, क्योंकि आप एनालिसिस करते हैं, you look like a very stringent viewer of cricket. आपका टेक्निक के बारे में बहुत सारे बोलते रहते हैं, लेकिन अगर ये बुक पढ़ेंगे, आपके अलग different style and different way of looking at Manjrekar will actually begin from every viewer. So, but one thing, इतना perfect analysis करते हैं, इतना perfection के पीछे जाते हैं, और ये क्यों है इसका टाइटल?
See, Imperfect, it's a thing where ये मेरी story है, where I thought, everybody has success failures. It's very important कि जो failures है आप document करें, ताकि the whole purpose is कि जो पढ़ेगा, he'll read and he'll know, okay, this is the mistake he made, and I shouldn't make that same mistake. There's a line, a borrowed line in that book, where a father says to the son that I made 20 mistakes in my life, you make 20 new ones. तो वो idea है. तो मेरा mistake ये था कि in trying to perfect everything that I was doing, it sort of hampered my own growth, and maybe in a way stunted also my growth as a player. So that was my imperfection in trying to be perfect.
One chapter that I really loved about this book was the retirement chapter that you wrote, because आपके family के बारे में आपने include किया था, मैडम के बारे में आपने include किया था, and you wrote about that. It actually gives us a feeling what a player goes through when he actually wants to retire. आपको तो you started on a high, Barbados में century, and then Pakistan you became a star, and then you were the most touted number 3 batsman, and suddenly you have mentioned what happened with you as the game progressed. So that was very touching, and it was an honest confession in this book.
Yeah, and that is the idea. I mean, it's after all a sport, so you don't have to be embarrassed about success or failure in sport. As a human being, yes, sometimes you could feel a little, affected by it, and maybe that is something you don't want to share. But this is a sportsman's story, and the emotions that he goes through. So I'm very happy to admit my failures as a sportsman. As a human being also, I'm quite happy to do that. So that was the idea. कि बुक अगर लिखना है तो सच्ची बात लिखो, because I didn't want a propaganda of myself. वो तो I have many public platforms, so I didn't need a book to further sort of propagate myself. So
social media के बारे में I have to include here, because you're talking about honesty and you say with all your conviction. It is not that आपको बोलना है इसलिए बोला. You do everything that what feels like right for you, but when you listen to the response, because at the end of the day, when you look at the business point of view, audience सुन रहे हैं तो उनके लिए commentary जारी है, and ये book भी वही लोग पढ़ने वाले हैं. So this honesty and your commentary अगर ये पढ़ेंगे तो वो reflection दिख जाएगा, लेकिन जो बिना पढ़ने वाले जो हैं वो सोचते हैं कि अब ज्यादा ही critical हो रहे हैं, तो उसके बारे में आपको क्या कहना है?
See, we live in a world where mostly people want praise. India is going through a phase where everyone wants to show India to be a great nation. We are not a great nation yet. We are definitely going to be a great nation. So earlier criticism of India and Indians was acceptable. Abhi thoda sa nahi hai. So when I make an observation, I may make 80 positive observations and 20 negative. But 20 negative people are not used to it. And slowly what happens, then the opinion makers are also then slightly influenced by how the people react. And then there is more and more positive comments, and all the negative जो है वो चुपके से अंदर lounge में बात होती है, not on the platform. But there I feel that then that is dishonesty, and जो असली लोग हैं who are looking for honest assessment of anything, then they find some value in what I do.
And one more interesting aspect that you wrote about the book is you were actually spotted by your coach as a leggy. And then you thought that you have to be a pure batsman and you gave up bowling. And is that something that you have against all-rounders, or is it your personal feeling that आपको batsman बनना है?
I wanted to be like Sunil Gavaskar. You know, I played cricket because I wanted to be like Sunil Gavaskar. My father played for India.
Yes.
But the reason I played cricket was only because of Sunil Gavaskar, and I wanted to always be a batsman. But when you are young, junior level, में वो coach आपसे दोनों चीजें करवाते हैं. If you've got reasonable talent, they'll get you to bowl as well. It happens to everyone. And he liked the way I sort of bowled my leg spin. So in the end, actually, India under-19 camp तक मैं पहुंच गया था as a leg spinner. But then people started looking at me as a leg spinner, and I would bat down the order. Then I said, this is not what I want. I want to be pure batsman, and maybe leg spin bowling wasn't developing as well because my heart wasn't in it. Maybe I wasn't as gifted. So फिर मैंने पूरा focus on batting किया, and my leg spin suffered while the batting became better.
Manjrekar Saab has a connection with Hyderabad also. He made 377, his highest score in first class cricket. ये हैदराबाद ही क्यों चुना सर आपने 377 मारने के लिए?
वानखेड़े स्टेडियम पे मैच था, and it just happened. Semi-finals था, and maybe because some of my really good friends were in the opposition. इसलिए और भी because I was enjoying the company on the field. That's why I maybe stayed on the field longer. So I remember Venkatapati Raju, very dear friend of mine. Arshad Ayub was my first room partner in West Indies and Pakistan, and I still sort of I'm in touch with him. And Rajesh Yadav was another guy. So I enjoy the company of all these three guys. So उनकी कंपनी मुझे बेटर लगती थी than my company in the dressing room. That's why मैं वो फील्ड पे I stayed longer.
That is a fabulous innings. अभी भी याद करते हैं हैदराबाद bowlers आपको इस innings में. And one more thing, sir, this might sound a little off, but आपने book में mention किया इसलिए मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूँ. You mentioned about the Manoj Prabhakar sir chapter also in an honest way, that what happened with you, what feelings you went through, and then one important thing that you also mentioned was when you met him when he was coaching Afghanistan, you just greeted him dearly. So that is a very decent, honest, and heartwarming aspect of yours that we want to listen from.
The time heals. That is the thing that I have. At any given point of time, there are 2 or 3 people that I truly dislike. And मेरी एक list होती है which I share with my friends. Currently I don't like this person that much, but privately बात चलती है. And then next year it will be somebody else. So time heals, and I'm blessed with that. वो ऐसा नहीं कि मैंने cultivate किया है. एक natural trait है that I don't hold on to grudges, or if I don't like somebody, it's not going to be forever. So when I met Manoj Prabhakar, I remembered more the good days rather than what happened later.
That was very nice, because आपके सारे books में the end of those chapters really gets out the human emotions in us, and that's why I urge everybody to read this book. And one more thing that you have told, that Chennai fans have something against you.
So it's actually very funny, क्योंकि मैं जब commentary करता हूँ तो I just react, and social media पे notification जो होते हैं, तो I've been on social media for a while. So for a long time I was not looking at anything. And then slowly I started to get to hear that people, CSK supporters, don't like me. They think I'm anti-Dhoni. So I thought, ऐसे क्यों हो रहा? Then I realized there were a couple of decisions run out on a close, and I was just reacting to what I saw. I was not thinking whether it's Dhoni or CSK. वो मेरी एक आदत है. I don't care, which team. I'm just sort of being true to myself. तो ये आस्ते आस्ते होने लगा. And then Harbhajan Singh was there. He played for CSK, and there was one commentary stint we were doing, and off air मैंने उसको बोला कि यार CSK people, they think I'm anti-CSK. Yes, you are anti-CSK. ऐसे उसने मजाक में बोल दिया. So that is all part of the passion that people have, and if I start to win people over, it's very easy. Tomorrow if I decide, okay, I'm going to win everybody from CSK, well, then you start not talking about certain things and only highlighting it. So that's a way to go about as well. Then you get liked by everyone. But I'm not in this profession so that people like me. I just want to sort of react to what I'm seeing out there.
I know the vernacular reach of commentary coming into picture. You're seeing Tamil, Telugu, and probably there was commentary in Bengali and Marathi also. And football, when it comes, there is in Malayali also. So this diaspora of languages coming into commentary. Your views on that?
I'm not able to understand it, because I can't believe that people from, say, Chennai weren't watching cricket before. cricket is something that you watch. It's not something that you hear. Movies, yes, because dialogues आपको सुनने पड़ते हैं. हमारी जो commentary है वो mute पे लगा के also you can still enjoy cricket. So it's a watching subject. I don't think the audio is that critical. And ये जो cricket जो $1 billion industry बन गई है, it happened a few years back. Before there was Hindi commentary or there was the regional commentary. So people tune in to watch Virat Kohli or watch cricket. Commentary is just वो पूरी dish होने के बाद you just put a little bit of ऊपर से rosemary का एक petal डाल दो. That is us.
Right. And Sanjay sir is a huge Kishore Kumar fan and huge Kishore Kumar fan. Not just huge, a very huge Kishore Kumar fans. And you also go and sing in different places. You get invited to sing Kishore Das songs. Yeah,
people now know that I do that, and I'm always looking for excellence. And when we are recording this, Rohit Sharma got 100 yesterday. And that sort of makes me a little emotional when I see somebody touching excellence, par excellence. And because you see a lot of average performances, I put in a lot of average performances. So I want to see something that is sort of genius level. So a lot of films that are brilliant get me emotional. I cry as well when I watch a great film, a great scene. Kishore Kumar is finally one entity that I feel is sort of genius level, and I get just floored every time I listen to him. And his cult and the following and the understanding of the genius of Kishore Kumar is, I think, growing every year. He's passed away in the 80s, and it's been such a long time, but the respect is growing.
Right. And finally, sir, we want you to say a Telugu dialogue for all the Telugu audiences. And this dialogue actually perfectly fits you. There is a hero called Pawan Kalyan, who is a huge star in Telugu. He says, "Na koncham thick undi, daniko lekk undi," which means that I have a little bit of madness, but it has a proper perfection and proper method to it. And I think it suits you because you are very perfect at it, and you don't care about what people say. So I just want you to say that.
What is that?
Na koncham thick undi, danik koncham lekk undi. That is Sanjay Manjrekar.
I felt like होता है ना religious function में एक पंडित जी gets you to chant.
So this is the book, sir, and thank you so much for.
And this is not me trying to market.
No. This is something that
he wanted to have a chat with me. Yes. He's a very nice guy, hard-working fellow. So I'm very happy chatting with him. He's got this book.
Please, the book. Chadavandi andaru kuda, and it is so nice to talk to you, sir. And thank you so much.
Thank you.